I want to talk to my dear Nigerians because of one or two things. Because anytime you hear a typical Nigerian complain, is when they are being caught in their criminal acts. And you know what they do? Instead of them to accept individually that it was their fault, instead of them to blame their family, instead of them to blame their parents, they are blaming the government. The government you are blaming, did he send you to that country to do what you did there? The Tinubu you are blaming every day, the Buhari you blame, the good luck Jonathan you blame years and years ago. Don't you people realize that all that is going on is about you individually as Nigerians? The only time Nigerians are calling for one Africa is when they are being caught in an African country with their crime or the illegal activities. That is when they are calling, we are one Africans. We are one Africans. But when they are being caught in a different continent, they begin to blame their leaders. Let me ask you a question. If you have a child, let's say two children, and you took these children to school, and one decide to be stealing his classmates' pens, books, run out of the class, play outside, do not study. The other one is focused on their school. Among these two children, whom are you going to invest more in their education? And another scenario, you have two children. You send them to your neighbor's house, and one of them decided to steal your neighbor's property, and the other one delivered the message of who you have sent them to do. Among these two children, whom will you send the next time? And who do you think is the fault of the other kids who is being wayward? It's you as a parent. I don't know why you guys will go to different countries and commit crimes and you begin to blame your leaders. Where did you think your leaders were raised? They were raised in the same Nigeria. So just know that whatever push you to do that crime in other countries is the same attitude, is the same upbringing that is pushing your leaders to take the decisions they are taking in your country. So if you guys want to see the changes in your leaders, when you are being caught in your crime and your illegal activities in different countries and different continents, attack your parents, blame your parents. And at this point, if the concern of every Nigerian out there is not to change the style of upbringing, to change the style of parenting, then blaming the government is just the same circle you guys are going through. You go through the same circle. At this point, the only solution to Nigerian problem is to change the way you parent. Is to change the character, the behavior, the approach of whom you raise your children. Let your children be able to go out there and meet the standard of other individuals or other civilians out there. Not to go and act differently, act like they do not belong to the world, act like they are from a different planet. The only solution for Nigeria right now is every Nigerian parent rethink about how they brought up their children. And the young parents, you have to sit down and say the things the challenges we are facing now, where is it coming from? If these challenges are coming from our parents, that means something was wrong about how we were brought up. So how are we going to make the difference with our children? If you put 50% of the difference of character, the attitude, and the approach of whom your children do outside, things your children do outside, those children are going to have children and also raise them 70% of being the good citizens in the world. And you can see that the generation will begin to change from you. But if you keep on blaming your leaders, blaming the other place where you are being caught, blaming yourself or trying to claim that we are all Africans and we shouldn't complain when you do crime, then you guys are going to go repeat the same cycle over and over and over. So at this point, it is high time for every Nigerian parent to take the bull by the horn. Tell yourself that there's something wrong with our upbringing. There's something wrong with our parenting style. What are we going to do different? And what have we done in the past? If you do not start from parenting, you are still going to face the same problem. Good luck, Jonathan. You guys complain the same problem. Buhari, you guys complained about the same problem. And now, Tinubu, you are complaining about the same problem. Where do you think those leaders were raised from? They were raised from Nigeria, just like you. And none of those leaders has followed you to other countries and other continents to do the evil you guys are doing, and you are being caught every day. Are you guys enjoying the bad names you are getting? If you are not enjoying as a parent or as a young boy or a young girl, what are you doing to raise the next generation to be different from the pain and endurance you are enduring at this time? Do you want to enjoy the world with other people, or you want to be enduring alongside with them? That question should be your priority, to think back and say, what is our problem? So you cannot always be blaming Tinubu. If you find the fault, if you have been caught in the act and you find the fault to blame people, you are not ready to be accountable for your wrong. If your approach is the accountability, then you are ready for change. If you are not ready to accept the accountability, it means that you are not ready to change about what you are doing. Instead, you just want to sit there and always find people to blame your mistakes on. Because you guys blame South Africa, you blame Ghana, you are blaming Kenya, and I ask, how about other continents? How about other African countries? Who is there spoiling your name? Is that your leaders? Hold your parents accountable, not your leaders. Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm in. Hold your parents accountable, not your leaders. If you want one Africa, then you have to behave like other Africans. We cannot agree as Africans to do one thing, and at the end of the day, when we are in the middle of it, you become a betrayer to your brothers, and you still want them to smile at you and say, we are one Africans because of the skin. No. If you want the unity, you have to do things collectively. Don't try to overthrow everybody with your greed. Just because you want to get what you get. And when you get there, you actually don't have anything tangible to offer to the group. Just like Tinubu did. Tinubu, you all know that Tinubu stole the votes. He forced himself there. But what is Tinubu have? I mean, what is he doing for the country? Nothing. Because he used all his ability, all his criminal activity to get to where he is without having the tangible, valuable anything to offer the country. So it all reflects about who raised you, where are you coming from, what do you want, what are you doing to change the scenario? Or do you think other Africans enjoy the name you are putting the African or the continent in a bad light in the world? No, nobody enjoyed that. Will Africa be happy if we are collectively united? Yes. But will Africa want to be united with you when they know that you are going to be a wolf among them? No. So what are you trying to do different? I urge every Nigerian young parent, what is your parenting style? Are you telling your daughter that, do you see Nkechi? Do you see the car she brought? Or you are changing the narrative? Are you telling Chukudi that you see Eze coming back with multiple cars, with multiple houses in the village? Or you are doing something different? Are you repeating the same cycle of focusing on money and wealth without the good behavior in your children? What are you going to do different to change the narrative about Nigeria in the next 10, 15 years to come? Are you guys enjoying every country crying, Nigeria, 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 Nigeria in a bad way? If you are not, what are you doing different as a parent? What are you doing different as a brother? What are you doing different as a sister? Are you still covering that brother of yours who is scamming people? Are you still taking your sons and daughters, your daughters to scamming schools? If you take them, who are they going to scam? And the next day you said she killed her mom, he killed his dad. You are reaping what you've encouraged. If you show the child how to spend money without teaching them how to look for that money, how to work for that money, then you are going to be the victim in their hands. If you train your children of how to bully your household or your house staff, and finally your house staffs finally left to their individual home and face their life, at the end of the day, the monsters you raise, you'll be the one they will deal with. You'll be the one in the position of your staff, your house staff. So train the children in a different way, in a different approach, and you see the difference in the next 10, 15 years in Nigeria. One thing I notice about Nigerians is that they want to claim a goodness, but they don't want to follow the process of achieving it. They want to go shortcuts to get that thing people use 20 years, 10 years to achieve. It doesn't work like that. The shortcuts you cut, the loopholes you jump over, they'll come back to haunt you. You have to follow the due process. You don't just see somebody enjoying money and you are putting pressure on your sons and daughters to go and get money for you. You really don't care about how they get that money. And you guys are crying every day, kidnapping. Do you know who your sons and daughters are getting money to feed you? Do you know where Nkechi got that money? You want Amara to go and get the same money? How about your son or your neighbor's son who was kidnapped 2 months ago? Do you know who kidnapped her? Maybe is that Nkechi who did and brought the money and you think she did something genuine? So it is high time you guys to begin to hold your neighbors accountable if you notice anything suspicious. Hold your own children accountable. Where did you get that money? Who gave it to you? What work are you doing? How many times have you gone to your children where they live, their base, to really confirm what they do? But all you do is they brought money, I see money, I will chop money. That is the only way out, Nigerians. A style of parenting is the only way out to solve your problem in the next 10, 15 years. So I just said I should talk to you guys. Have a good day. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Let us push it up. Thank you.